Alright, so, hello. Um, this is probably the first more long-form video on this channel. I'm going to be playing a mod pack called Crash Landing with the Crash Response Unit, or CRU. This is a pack based on Crash Landing by one Scander, or I think maybe pronounced Iskander. But it's an overhaul of that made by a guy on Discord named Leomist. He's put a lot of effort into it, and I've been playing it lately, and I think I'll make a video about it, especially because I got a fair amount of free time. Alright, we're going to create a new world. We've got the world name, Leomist's Tiny Hut, D&D reference. And hopefully not taken the wrong way. So we will be loading into a crash site, so we'll be very loud. Very loud to start off with. I'm talking kind of quietly because my roommate, I don't want to bother him. Alright. Huh. Usually there's a... Yep, that. Okay. So there's a lot of fire everywhere. We gotta put it out or we're going to die. We are under heat stroke. You can see in the bottom left, there's a lot of things on the hut. Let me start kind of doing some stuff while I point them out. Let me clear out the fire first, because that might make us heat up. Alright, you can no doubt hear the intense breathing. So, a lot of things in the hut. So, this will start in the top left. This tells you the time of day, the length of the day in the top left. Tells you what day you're on, what time it is in the day. And then these CRU updates, this tells you about storms and meteorites coming through, various weather events. Yeah, which you'll see as we go on. Top right, we've got the your standard minimap. There's a couple buttons. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can bring it up on the whole screen. And it's got our coordinates there. Bottom left, you see we just got another storm notification. We had the update, now we have an alert, and now it's gone. Down here in the bottom left, we've got temperature. So the white dot is where we're at. The kind of two black tick marks are what the ambient temperature is. And the number here is also our body temperature. This little thermostat thing, I think it's maybe broken in this pack, but it's supposed to also indicate how hot the outside environment is. On the bottom here is our thirst meter, our hydration. So you saw me at the beginning, I put on this thing called a camel pack. It's got a bunch of information on it, but basically it holds water, and we drink out of it. And then that keeps our hydration up. And you want to keep hydration up because something Leomist has said is that as your stats slip, they kind of your needs compound. So I think if you get thirsty, you start needing more and more water. Yeah, and there's various statistics on that that affects how fast we drink water. Like if we're in the sun, if it's really hot, if it's cold, etc. Next, we've got, of course, the usual Minecraft health. I'm playing on the softcore difficulty. There's only two. It's softcore and hardcore. In softcore, you start with 10 hearts. Same in hardcore. Your health regenerates extremely slowly and only if you're on full health. And every time you die, you permanently lose a heart. Once you hit 0, you're done. The world deletes itself. Food, it's just normal food. Another thing is, as you get low on either of these, health and food, you begin to get debuffs. So when you get low on health, well, on both, you start getting slowness and mining fatigue. And I think with food, you start getting weakness. You might on both, but. And then in the bottom right is the bubbles, this kind of gray meter, the percentage symbol. This is oxygen. So the planet is choked with dust, as you can see if we take a look out here. Jump up somewhere high. As far as the eye can see, just dust. You can see our lights flickering, which means we got to get started. Okay, that covers everything. Oh, and for the oxygen, that is where this flux-powered filter comes in. It has its own drain, but it basically, like what the camel pack does to keep us full of water, this keeps us full of breathable oxygen. And when there's a storm, it drains a lot faster because of all the dust in the air. It has to work harder. And it does have the ability to turn on night vision, but you pretty much never need that. And it also lets you breathe underwater, but you also pretty much never need that. So you can see the lights are starting to flicker. We'll get started by looking at the quest book.
Fire. Malfunction. You were on fire, but it seems you survived. Good for you. Greetings, Captain. I'm CRU. Your crash response unit for the malfunction onboard systems. I've been activated and transferred the ship's remaining power to your handheld device. I am capable of replicating many useful things. Supply me with the required items, and I'll gladly help you malfunction survive. We still have emergency power for lights, but it won't last much longer. The ship's lower decks have been completely destroyed, and fragments are scattered everywhere. Let's get malfunctioning. Captain.
Alright, that is the crash response unit introduction, or CRU, CRU. So as I said, it's based on Iskander's pack, but it's been rebuilt. It's a lot harsher. Amos said everything is made to challenge the player. You can see here, nothing's free, everything's reduced. Exploits ruin the fun. Yeah. Just to report exploits. Ores are rare. The sieve only gives a 1% chance. I think actually it gives a less than 1% chance for some things. Dusty hills hide fragments. Dig and mine. Cobble automation removed. Cobble only from sifting sand and dust. Very important change there. And playstyle notes. Questbook offers repeatable tasks and survival tips, but every reward has a cost. The world is barren, air is thin, dust is endless. Check for spiders before leaving, watch for creepers outside. Sync shells are vital. No shell equals permadeath. Delete world, start over. Cheats in creative mode are disabled, and the only two modes are softcore and hardcore. And then, yeah, credits. So, we're gonna get ready to start. This video is going to be just a lot of introduction. I've already played a few times, did not get super far. Also, the world is paused while we're in the book, so I don't have to worry about, dehydrating or starving while I'm running this through. So the first book is, or the first quest is Easy Way or Hard Way. There's always going to be a title here. Then there's going to be some text on the left, and there's going to be text on the right, which is specific for each one of these like sub-quest things. All right. So yeah, and the whole thing with the CRU is that it's malfunctioning, and so it will say strange things, and certain things will be kind of cut out. And also the order of the quests is also strange. Alright, so this directive seeds your initial supplies. Core objectives remain mandatory. Easy route includes auxiliary protocols for survival aid. Read fewer screams at night. Mission 10. Survive, thrive, and try not to become a cautionary tale in the next ship log. Even after objectives are done, survival persists. Congrats, you now have responsibilities. Proceed slowly. Read each directive like it might be a trap. Monitor all resources. Do not trade the Lifestone for a sandwich. Tempting, but unwise. Item briefing. Lifestone. Emergency stabilizer when death is imminent. May emit dramatic sparkles and unnecessary guilt. Select path. Easy protocol or hard protocol. Malfunction. Choose quickly. Indecision attracts hungry things. Closing note. Choose wisely. Regret is non-refundable. End of entry. Choose wisely. Regret is non-refundable. Hopefully you obtain a sapling from processed leaves. That will be this. We'll get a bag that has leaves in it. Each leaf type yields different saplings. Choose wisely. Good luck. Probability 5% per leaf. Malfunction. If no sapling, simple. You die. Correction. That was dramatic, concise, and wrong. Expanded correction. Many other termination options exist. Hunger, dehydration, fire, drop bear attack, skeleton, zombie, malfunction, crazy zombie variant. Further clarification. Death is not exclusive to sapling failure. It is inclusive, generous, and creatively timed. Advisory. Survival protocols are designed to prevent termination. My previous phrasing may have impacted morale. Attempting redaction. Redacted. Redaction unsuccessful. Statement remains visible. Advisory. Do not rely on a single sapling. Survival requires planning, backup saplings, and a slightly ridiculous hat. Additional advisory. Spiders. Emotional note. Keep spare socks. Morale is fragile. End of entry. We have our first quest item. This is Epic Hardcore, and so it just requires us to detect our quest book, which we can do no problem. And now we get our rewards. So when you complete a quest, there's this rewards section. Anything under rewards, you will get all of these. So we can see we'll get a bag of leaves, a crispy, which is a little handheld tablet, a lifestone, and an RE battery. And then where it says pick one, you will of course be able to only pick one of these. The options are lifestone, dead bush, anvil, and bag of leather armor. Lifestone is great. It's pretty much an extra save when you're about to die. Dead bush, also great. These give sticks. You can turn sticks into wood. Wood is very hard to get. Very hard to get. We'll see later why it's hard to get. Or rather dangerous. Anvil. I've never picked this. I don't know what it would be for. Yeah. I guess if you're certain enough that you can survive until you get like a smeltery, this will give you like a ton of iron. Maybe something you can like drop on monsters' heads or something. Yeah, I guess if we made like a pit. Yeah, that would work. So that'd be pretty good for that. Bag of leather armor. This is usually what I pick because it gives you extra. It gives you giving you the extra bag. Each bag has extra inventory spaces, and so usually I grab this for the inventory space. This time though, because I kind of want to do the lifestone so I don't die, because I almost always die. So, well, almost always die. That's why we're on a new run. So I'm going to claim this as per usual, and then we see we have a few quests unlocked from now. So it was talking about the easy protocol, hard protocol. I'll kind of scroll through this so that you can read. But basically, there's an easy way and a hard way. This one tells us that we should go to the basement and dig out a sink shell, which gives us like a clone. That's very good advice and not something I actually usually follow up on for a while. And to complete that, we just need to go grab some dust from outside. And that gives us a bunch of stuff. Some extra wire, extra hammer, extra lifestone, water, and then the option of more water, extra shell, extra energy. Good stuff. Death, the hard road quest. Yeah, so you don't have access to the repeating quests. It's possible to survive this way. Really not proving anything. There are already in-game mechanics for hardcore mode and non-hardcore. The second lower basement credit clone. So this is just an optional difficult path. You don't get anything else. It's just more difficult. You can do this. It's not exclusive to hard mode. You can do this on softcore. You can do this on hardcore. You can do either of these quests on either difficulty. This one gives us worse stuff. Single hammer, spare hammer, bush, glass bottle, one camel pack, and then a couple just kind of miscellaneous things we can choose one from. So we're going to be going for this. In the OG Crash Landing, you could do hard route, and it wouldn't be so bad. Here, even with the easy route, it's bad. Our first quest that we're going to be doing is the Fluid Transposer. So what we want from this is we want to grab the hammer. There's one around the corner. And we want to pick up a Fluid Transposer, which is on the wall off to the right, and a tank. And this will give us a bit of energy, a pickaxe that's good for 2 hits, a hammer, which I'm frankly not actually really sure what that's used for, besides hitting mobs. A couple cells, which can store water or lava, and a dolly, which is, I realize after several runs, very important, because it lets you move things without them shattering. And then we can pick one between a couple water, reward bag, and chips. So you can see I got the rewards from that, or from the easy way or the hard way quest, where we just detected our book. Bag of leaves, we're just going to leave there for now. Bag of leather armor. I'll be honest, I usually ditch this. Just actually save that inventory space. Because weather makes you a lot hotter. I'll put these back for demonstration purposes. Okay, so we got this. Here's that one of those tanks. They're kind of set up evenly. Oh, yeah, if we look around, so I'll start back here. This is the cockpit. Lots of coagulated blood. Edible, by the way, but we will be eating it, unfortunately. That's the cockpit. We've got this chest. It takes energy and it has like a little storage drive. We can take the drive out so that we save on some energy. Put it in there. We have a tornado siren, tornado sensor, elevator, but it costs XP to move. A couple wires. Those 2 fluid transposers that were mentioned. More blood. Some some empty camel packs. A bunch of empty needle gun magazines. The needle gun itself, which is how we'll be defending ourselves at range. needle gun ammunition filled with needles. One crafting table is empty, one has some needle gun ammunition. I like to just stack some stuff over there, just to stay on inventory. We start with some beef jerky, flint and steel, it's almost dead. We use that for relighting torches. This wrench we'll use in the future, and then 2 batteries. Okay, and these things are drying racks, but they can store items. So we're going to grab our fluid transposer, we're going to detect, and now we can get an item. Or we can get our rewards. We can do a quest. So for this, I think I'm what am I going to take for this one? I'm getting water for that one, I think. Well, wait. No, I think I can use this. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this. Alright, so that gives us a bunch of stuff. I'm going to put the transposer back real quick. Make it so what I'm doing there is just making sure it doesn't move any of the liquids once we put some in there. So, first thing we want to do, I think we can do the dollies is just pick up blocks. Most blocks. Can I actually pick up the bat box? Oh my god, I can. I think that's sick. Okay. So this is our battery box. We want to save on energy. As you can see, all the lights are flickering. So we want to we're turning off some lights by right-clicking them. Any of this. No, doesn't seem like it. So you can see the flickering is a lot slower. What we can also do is we're going to have to start breaking down. So we come down here. This is the sub-basement. This is the lower decks. Torn apart, shredded. All that's left are some lights, this battery box, and a couple other miscellaneous things. Battery box is very important, but there are more lights to shut off here, so I'll be doing that just to save on some power. Okay. I'm going to click F7. When I click F7, it shows where the dark places are. So when I shut this off, it shows some dark spots. We're just going to block this off, and then we're going to cover up those. Okay, so now there's no more dark spots. The red X's are where monsters can randomly appear, can spawn in. When you see yellow, that is where they can appear once it's dark. Okay, so we're going to take this empty cell. Look, there's a little water there. Grab that. Is that rain? There's a very little bit of rain. Well, you almost never see that. Alright, so first thing we're looking for, there's a quest for clay, quest for losing transposer. We probably want to grab the easy way pretty quick, but we also want to clear up inventory space. Because we just don't want a bunch of stuff clogging up our inventory. Like I said, inventory space is pretty important. Sorry, there's a fly buzzing around the room. Okay, move the hammer here too, just I don't use that for anything. Alright, So we're gonna head out. You can see, look around, there's nothing but dust all over. But this here in front of me, this is the ruins of one of our engines. That fluid is very flammable, and not something you want to be near. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to mine some of this dust, and we're going to get some of this bone ore, which will come in handy in a second. It's actually in this quest, Dust Bones. It wants us to get some bone ore, which we'll just submit that for now. And then I'm going to start just gathering some dust. So you'll notice I've been in this pack for a little while now, and if you look in the top left, it's not even 10 a.m. And as you would imagine, it's night much later than 10 a.m. The reason for that is because, while a normal Minecraft day is 20 minutes, a Minecraft day in this pack is about, I think, 45 or 50. So it'll probably be, if I record in like half-hour segments, like this will be, which means I'll be ending the recording in a couple minutes here. That means we'll be progressing through the days very slowly, but spending a lot of time. Okay. Oh, and as you can see, there is gravity. It's not just for dust. So, like when I break this one, the dust will move over. It's not just for dust. It's all blocks. They won't act like this, where dust just kind of spills out and around. But something like this, yeah, other blocks will fall. They won't fall if they've got like support, but if you break the support, they'll fall. Alright, and by breaking all that dust, that gives us a few things. It gives us some tiny piles of metal dust, sulfur dust, and bone dust. Those will, of course, be important. We've got almost a stack and a half of dust, so we can complete some quests. If we go to the easy way, we can submit our dust, and now we can get a bunch of stuff. What did I choose here? I chose water. So here I'm going to choose the power. These two camel packs are very good, very good. But I think power is going to be a little better, especially because this is the first time I'm playing on camera and I'm explaining everything, so things are taking longer. Because things are going to be slower, I'd like more of that limited resource. Just going to grab that. So we've claimed it. That'll enter into our bag. We've got our extra camel pack, extra power, solid 80k. What else do we want to do? So there's a few things. So there's dust bones, conserve power. So this is, yeah, telling us to do what we already did, which is to wrench the illuminators so that we don't lose power as fast. Honestly, I think I'm going to take the ammo. But yeah, that's all I've got time for today. So I may or may not make another video following this. But I will continue playing the pack either way. Alright, bye.